All right, welcome to BitchSlapGrief. My name's Gary Travers, and this is our pilot run for the channel. And the purpose of this channel is to help people bitch slap grief and overcome grief. It's designed for widows and widowers who have lost a spouse, and we'll figure out how to overcome and practically learn to love again. So that's the way it is. I'm in my apartment here in Grapevine, Texas, and thought I'd spend some time with you and we'd get to know one another. The echo that you hear is the sound bouncing off my living room and dining room here, and I am new to the live. This is my first live, so I've had this software called Ecamm for a year and a half, and I haven't done anything with it in terms of actually using it to go live, and that's the purpose of it. But Bitch Slap Grief is something that I've been thinking about for over 8 years and have been figuring out ways to heal my heart after the loss of my wife, because it was devastating when I lost her. Her name was Vanessa, and she had 9 tumors in her lungs, and it was her third major health issue. She had a tumor removed from her nasal area about, let's see, in the early, going back in the years 1990. It's 2000, right? So she had health issues, and she had 9 tumors in her lungs. It was something that didn't dissolve embryonically. It's called a clival and she had it a year and a half before she died in terms of expressing pain. And she went to a chiropractor. He took x-rays and said, hey, you have masses in your lungs. There was 9 of them. There was 9 masses that she had in her lungs, and she didn't want to do any major surgery on that because it would have been a second one, because in the early 90s is where I was trying to get to. She had a tumor in her nasal area, and they did a 12-hour take your face off surgery to remove that. And and that's a long process in itself. And so in 2005 is when they found out she had those masses, and she didn't want to do anything invasive. So she tried the natural path, and her body gave out after a year and a half, and she passed away. She died on December 5th, 2007, my brother's birthday. So that was a fun coincidence. And so my life was shattered. At the time, my daughter was 9 years old. She was born in January, so she was a month shy from being 10. And the thing with when someone dies is that but what happens when they die is that, for me, my love had nowhere to go. My life was just devastated, because in marriage, two are better than one. It's 2 people, and you grow abundantly. And then when half of that dies, I found myself doing twice the work with a shattered heart, and that was no bueno. And so, because all I knew for 19 years was how to be married, and it was pretty wild that that happened, and it just devastated my life. And so what I do is I promised myself that I would talk about it whenever I needed to. And I also said if I needed to cry, I would. So one of the first couple practical keys that I utilized was venting and emoting. Because I was going to cry. Because, like, what happens is, okay, they die, but I still had these associations. And it's whether it's activity, whether it's objects, whether it's time of the year on the calendar, I could be triggered. I could be triggered emotionally and thinking, oh yeah, we always used to do that together. And so I knew that was going to be a part of it. So I just allowed myself I gave myself space because I needed it. My heart was shattered. I had to pick up the pieces. So if I needed to cry, I was going to do it. And if I needed to call somebody up and empty the bladder of my heart, I was going to vent. I was going to do that. And I did that. And one of my friends, his name's Chuck. He's also a widower. We've been friends for 30 years. And he and I and another friend of mine, Don, he's a widower. He lost his wife a year and a half ago in January. So for the past year, we've been meeting together and just talking. The whole thing was I wanted to get around food, and I wanted to meet these guys that I knew and loved. They were my friends, and I just wanted to let them talk, and I would listen to what they would say and see where they're at by what came out of their mouth. Because one of my favorite verses of scripture that it's a Bible thing. And so I read it, and it said, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. And so I learned that in my 20s, and I'm in my 60s. So like 40 years, man, I've been applying that. I've been just listening to people and just seeing what words come out of their mouth. And sometimes if a person's just talking about their spouse, oh, I miss them, and oh, I don't know what to do. You know, if they sound hopeless, or if they sound like they're a victim of circumstances, then I like to step in at times and just guide them and point them in the right direction. And that's what I can guarantee here is that as a practical grief guide, we'll journey together and endeavor to put yourself in a situation where your heart gets healed with hope and love. And that's the whole purpose of this show here. And so I hope you enjoy it. We'll get into stuff in terms of my vision for this is that it's just not me going to be talking all the time. I want to have guests. I'm set up for Zoom to where I can have people call in on Zoom, and we'll have a situation. It might be where I bring somebody in and we just talk, and we find out where that person's at, and we listen to them and we learn. And one of the greatest ways to heal is by putting yourself in the other person's shoes and endeavoring to relate. Oh yeah, that happened to me, and he did that to get over it, man. And then there's people imitate that, and see, that's the thing. There's no magic beans to overcome grief, and it's just a matter of just a day-by-day walk, a day-by-day journey, so to speak, and getting our heart and life healed. Because I was a mess. I mean, we'll get into that, but that's the purpose of this channel here, is to help heal people's hearts with hope and love, give you some hope, We'll do it with interviews with other people. I don't know. This is the first show. So we'll play with this and see what happens. And any questions that you might have, if I know the answer, I'll answer. If I don't, I don't. And there's a bunch of other groups out there, especially on Facebook. I got on a few back in 2017. So what that is, that 8 years ago, and I've been on and off it. But for the most part, in 2017, man, I was like up to here still trying to figure out life. And my daughter was she was going through grief too. And it took her 5 years to get through high school. So we had some challenges. And so what I want to do is just see if we can help one another and build a community and just grow and love and hope and kick ass and take names. So, that's it for tonight. I'm going to sign off. I hope you come back. We'll figure out how to post this stuff on Facebook. And I got this thing in front of me. It's where I can push buttons on, if noticed some of the scenes changing. I'm figuring that out too, because I have 3 buttons. This is my left button. Okay. This is my center button right here. And then this is my right button. Oh, okay. There it is. The camera's working there. All right. So we got a couple cameras going. So that's working. So it's just me getting comfortable with it and us having fun. That's the whole thing, man. If we can laugh, we can open our hearts and get vulnerable and laugh, man, we're slingshotting our way to healing and growing in love. And let me throw this out there. One of the things that happens with the loss of a spouse, you're there dangling. It's like the synapses in your mind are just short-circuited because your love has nowhere to go. That they're firing there. It's like, where's my wife? Oh, she's not here. Oh, I'm ready. I jump in the bed. Oh, I want to feel that spot to snuggle. Oh, she's fucking not here. She's not here. Or like, I want to be physically gratified and share that with her. Oh, she's not here. It's those kinds of interruptions that it just really messes you up. It messed me up. It messes other people. It messes people up. And one of the things, let me circle back, is that when all that happens, you have what I call the designated gray area. That meant I'm going to make choices for my life that nobody else's business. Why? Because they're not in my shoes. They're spectators and they don't know everything. They don't know what's going on. You guys watching this, I think I mentioned that this has taken me 8 years to develop. I got laid off from United Healthcare because my numbers were down because my daughter was having problems in high school. And I got fired in March of 2017. And I thought, man, what am I going to do for the rest of my life? And I just started focusing on, I just went inward and started taking inventory of who I thought I was and who I knew to be, and just started putting the puzzle together of the picture of who I was and what I wanted to do. And this is what I want to do. I want to reach out to people, position myself to where someone's heart opens, and you'll notice from time to time I have lightning wit, like things just come out. Things will just come out, and things will get energized for healing and restoration, and that's what I want to see happen, man. I want to see you guys, you people out there, grow in love, because you have hope and you want to grow on in life and be the next phase of you, whatever that looks like. And hopefully we'll get to do that here in this little sandbox of bitch slapping grief. And so I got you hear some music going on in the background. I have some things that I've saved. Let's see here. Yeah. Because, grief needs to be bitch slapped. No, you can't. I downloaded some sound effects. They're not really loud. Let me turn this up. Yeah, we're going to bitch slap grief. All right, I'll figure this out. All right, so that's pretty much all I want to do for tonight. And thanks for coming out and watching, or if you're on the recording end of life, thanks for doing that. And we will get things rocking and rolling from here on out. All right. Enjoy the night. Take care of yourselves. Love you.